Hey everybody, thank you so much. This is Mark Comfort. I am a co-owner. My wife Mimi tells me to say I'm co-owner, not owner, of Cruise Holidays of Kansas City and Comfort Tours and Travel. And we are proud to have Sonia Smith, the Viking Cruises representative. And did you notice what I just said? I didn't say Viking River, did I? Why? Because Viking now has both river cruises and ocean cruises, and you're going to hear about that today. And by the way, tonight's the All-Star game, and I would like to use a baseball analogy for Viking Cruises. They have hit not just a home run, but a grand slam home run with their ocean cruises. Oh my gosh, I am so impressed, and you're going to hear about that today. You are also going to hear about a whole bunch of new destinations, like in the United States of America. Wait till you hear this. The Viking will be doing as early as 2023. You'll be hearing about their expeditions style ships, yacht almost style ships. And I got to tell you, the future of this vacation industry is so exciting, and Viking is leading the way. The one thing that is not arguable that we've seen after the pandemic is the fact that I would call it the 55 and up older crowd. We are wanting something better. We are wanting something smaller. We are wanting more all-inclusive. We are wanting longer, better accommodations, better dining, better service, better everything. We missed 2 years. As my mom used to say, our golden years, our last semester of our life, last quarter or a third or a half of our life, and we want something better. And we're seeing that happen. My gosh, it is absolutely amazing. The pent-up demand, you just can't believe. Sonia is going to tell you a lot about it today, but we're going to divide this presentation, and I thank you so much for watching, into 3 segments, actually maybe 4. 1, we'll be talking about the river cruise industry. 2, we'll be talking about the new, for many of you it's not new, ocean segment of Viking Cruises. And then we will be talking all about the new destinations. Then if we have time, I'm going to give you some travel tips, because holy cow, believe me, the pent-up demand has been greater than what the airline industry and the hospitality industry has been able to keep up with. So there's some really important travel tips that we want to give you at the end of this presentation. And of course, whenever we do any kind of webinar like this, there will be a special offer for you if you, over and above whatever the best promotion that's going on for the time you want to book and the ship you want to book and the destination you want to book, if you can deposit within the next 2 weeks from today. So with that said, I think I will turn it over to Sonia Smith. Sonia, welcome to Cruise Holidays Kansas City. And I am so thankful to hear about you sharing all about the entire array of Viking cruises, both river and ocean.
Hi, Mark, and hi, everybody. Really appreciate you having me here today. And I'm so excited to share with you some of our new ships, some of the things that we've got going on at Viking, and a special offer just for your clients, Mark, for a great offer to cruise with us in the next couple of years. So, and we'll go ahead and get started. So my name is Sonia Smith. I am the Business Development Manager for the St. Louis and Kansas City area for Viking, and had the fortunate experience of just getting off one of our ships a couple weeks ago, and a couple of Mark's agents went with me. We had a great time on the Amadeus, the ship called Romantic Danube. And this ship was amazing because we got to do some ports of call that we don't normally do, and that was a lot of fun. So let's get started and show you a little bit more about Viking and our great ships that we offer. Hold on, technical. There we go. So Viking has several ships. We have 80 ships that are called long ships. These are our river ships. We go to many different rivers all throughout the world, and our Viking longships hold 190 guests. We have 85 staterooms, and we have 3 employees per guest. These are amazing ships because they really can get close to ports of call. In fact, right now, we're actually going right in underneath of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. We're the only company that has this. And it's really amazing because people are sitting there in their wonderful balconies or out on the sun deck, and they can see this Eiffel Tower just light up in front of them. So it's an amazing experience for folks. We have 8 Viking Ocean Cruisers, and these will hold 920 guests. And these are awesome too, because we can do some itineraries on the big oceans that not everyone can do. And I'll tell you more about that a little bit later as well. And then launching the first Saturday of August, we have our Viking Mississippi. This is a brand new ship. It's pretty much sold out except for some of our holiday times in November. The Viking Mississippi holds 386 guests. No paddle wheels with this one. This is a really beautiful, brand new, modern ship. Has some incredible restaurants on board, including Manfredi's and the Chef's Table. You don't pay any extra for those restaurants. It's part of our program. And then our Viking Expedition, we have 2 of these amazing ships, Polaris and also our Octonus. And they are currently in the lakes area of the United States. They just launched in January with our Antarctica program. So I'll be sharing more information about that for you as well. So Viking is an amazing company. We were just voted last week again by some of our travel partners as the #1 cruise company for Europe and river cruising and oceans. And Condé Nast voted us 6 months ago as #1. So we're very proud of all of our achievements, that's for sure. We do 7 continents, 95 countries, 403 ports, 5 oceans, 20 rivers, and brand new this year are 5 Great Lakes right in the United States. We don't try to be everything to all people. A lot of people don't realize we do not take children. We do require everyone to be 18 and over. We don't have kids clubs or climbing walls, so kids wouldn't have much fun with us. We're a very destination-oriented cruise line, so we really focus around beautiful cities like Budapest and Vienna and the Milk Abbey area. So we have wonderful libraries that have all the places that we're going to cruise right there at your hands so that you can study up on those if you want to before we arrive. We have a very highly inclusive product. You don't pay for Wi-Fi with us. You don't pay for wine and beer with lunch and dinner. That's all included. We have robes and slippers in the cabins, so you just request that and you can have that as well. Everything is included. It's really easy to travel with Viking. We hire the best staff in the industry. We are fully staffed, and that's really rare right now with COVID. But 83% of our staff do stay with us each year. It makes for a huge difference in the quality of service that you get with Viking. Like I said, I just got off of a cruise with a couple of Mark's agents, Angela and Emily, and I just couldn't believe the service that we received, and they were really astonished at how wonderful it was too. So you're going to get amazing service with Viking always. We really don't have a ton of color in our ships. We really are more of an understated kind of elegance, very spacious staterooms, but we keep things a little bit more simple. Relaxation is key to everything when we look at our staterooms and how we've organized things. Again, we have an art, history, and literature library for people to use whenever they want. And you'll have these elegant touches on our ships, you know, amazing embroidery, leather, and gorgeous furs from Finland when you're traveling on our Scandinavian products. So you really have some neat architectural features and decor on our ships. But again, it's really to be more about light and air and you know, lots of great spaces. What I love about Viking is every time we're in port, you have a free shore excursion that is for you to go on. That's our all-inclusive type product. So when you're in Budapest, you will automatically be going out with one of our local guides. You'll use what we call a Vox. It goes around your neck and an earpiece in your ear so that you don't have to be on top of the tour guide to hear things. You can be taking pictures and listening as she goes. We have no more than 30 in each group, so we'll probably have you know, several groups. We always have one group that you know, for people that want to walk a little slower or maybe use a cane, there will be a group for that person as well. All of our onboard meals are included with lots of different choices, so that makes it really nice. Like when we were in Budapest, we had the option of having the amazing paprika chicken, which is very popular in Budapest. And then we had some wonderful hors d'oeuvres to start that's kind of known in Budapest, Hungary. And then for dessert, they did a wonderful dessert that's known by the Hungarian people. So if you want to do that, that's great. If not, there'll be other choices. There's always steak and chicken and other dishes on the menu. So you can try something new, regional, or you can just stick with something else that you know. We also, of course, have multiple dining venues, especially on our ocean ships. They have Manfredi's, the chef table. These are specialty restaurants that you make reservations for, but there's no upcharge. And so people love that. Wine, beer, soft drinks are always free with us on all of our lunches and dinners. If you do choose to bring a wine that you bought maybe in Vienna on board, no problem at all. We have no corkage fees. So you can you know, enjoy that wine with your guests that you have with you, or of course you can have our wine that we have serving that evening. We have a specialty coffee and tea station. That was one of my favorite things. It's so nice. You can go any time of the day, have specialty teas right there that you can try. They have coffee 24 hours, some great cookies, or in the morning little croissants. And this is just if you want to get something real quick. Maybe you're on your way out to do the excursion and you just wanted to get something quick and not do a full breakfast. We do give bottled water on every excursion every day. They'll be loading you up with water, so you'll have that. And of course, free Wi-Fi on the entire ship, whether you're in your room or if you're in the dining room or if you're in the lounge area. That is free to you to use. It's always best, of course, in port. It doesn't work as well when we're in the middle of one of our rivers, but it's wonderful. I worked a few days while I was on the trip, and it worked great. All the port charges and government taxes are included in our pricing, so there's no nickel and diming you once you get on a Viking tour. It's really nice because you're not going to have all these extra things that you have to pay for. We are following all the CDC guidelines. We currently are not testing every day like we were a few weeks ago. That just stopped with us the middle of June. You don't have to do a test going over to Europe unless it's a certain country like the Netherlands is still requiring that. But that's why you use a travel agent, folks. They will make sure that you have what you need for documentation before you travel. I was going into Budapest. I didn't need anything. I just needed to bring my vaccine card, and that was it. But that's why you always want to use a travel professional. They know what's going on in the industry and what you need to travel. So they are always going to be some of your best people to talk to. Now, these are our top itineraries for our river cruises. Like I said, I did the romantic Danube. That's the one I just did from Budapest to Regensburg, Germany. We also have our beautiful Rhine getaway. That's an 8-day trip also that starts in Amsterdam and goes down to Basel, Switzerland. And then we have our very popular 15-day tour, which takes in the Rhine, the Main, and the Danube rivers. And that's kind of a combination of the Rhine and romantic Danube itinerary. So if you have 2 weeks, I highly recommend that one because you really are flying over there and you might as well enjoy a good 2 weeks over there and see so many beautiful countries at the same time. want to take you through one of our tours, the Grand European Tour I was just talking about, just briefly showing you the schedule here. This is a 15-day tour, 12 guided tours. Each day you'll have something to do in one of our great ports. And of course, you're going to knock off 4 countries. So if you haven't been doing a lot of European travel, this is a great way to see 4 countries in 2 weeks. And it's beautifully designed. I want to take you through and just show you some of the highlights. We do start in Amsterdam, and the Netherlands is still one of the countries that's requiring a PCR or antigen test before you arrive in Amsterdam. They're one of the only countries, and I have a feeling that's going to be going away, but we do want to use the correct protocol, so the travel agents will make sure they talk to you about that. Then we are going down the Rhine. We're going to get into the Main River and then down to the Danube, which will take us down to Vienna and Budapest, Hungary. So it's a beautiful tour through 4 countries. We'll start right here in Amsterdam, and I tell people, go in a couple days early. The agents will probably definitely want you to do this as well, because they know how important it is to kind of get acclimated to the time change. And you know, if you have any issues at all with your airfare or anything like that, at least you've got a couple days so you can get ready to go on the cruise and be ready for it. In Amsterdam, there's so much to see. You could do a small canal tour. You could go to the Van Gogh Museum. One of my favorite things is the Anne Frank House. These are some great things you could do in Amsterdam. If you get in a couple days early, stay in one of our great hotels. They're all 5-star in this area. So really a good time to get ready for your cruise the next day. We'll then be going to Kinderdijk, and Kinderdijk in the Netherlands is where the beautiful first windmills were designed, and this is back from the 800th century. They're still there today, and you'll learn a little bit about the operation of these beautiful windmills. We'll be then stopping in the gorgeous town of Cologne, lots of gorgeous Gothic architecture. It's a great city to just walk around, see the cafes, and do a little shopping. I love Cologne, Germany. It's a town that you'll never forget once you've been there, that's for sure. Then we'll be going on to Koblenz, Germany. This is home to a lot of beautiful red Conti wines. They're also known for Pinot Noir. So a lot of gorgeous vineyards here. They're up on the hillside, and you just can't even imagine how they actually get up there and harvest these grapes, but they do. And then they make these amazing wines that you're going to have on our ship, of course. We'll then be going on to the beautiful city in Germany called Wurzburg. Wurzburg is one of the cities that did have quite a bit of damage with World War II. It has a lot of it been reconstructed as about 500-600 years ago, and it has gorgeous gardens. It's known for their beautiful gardens here that you'll see with our tour guides. Now, Nuremberg is one of my favorite cities. Unfortunately, 90% of this city was destroyed because this is Hitler's main office area. So if you do the optional tour that they have here to the trials, which I did, was amazing. You actually get to go to the building where they held the trials and found people guilty. Nuremberg also hosts one of the most beautiful Christmas markets in the world. And again, right here in Nuremberg, Germany. So I know you're going to love this beautiful city. Regensburg, Germany is my favorite, though. I love this little town. It is filled with so much to see and do, great shopping. It has also the apartment house with a plaque on it of Mr. Schindler. Mr. Schindler, of course, was the man that saved 1,200 Jewish lives. And when he decided to leave his apartment and exile to the country of Chile, he left all his trunks here with all the data. And they found it, and then of course they reported it, and then of course the movie came out, Schindler's List. So you've got to go to the apartment to see that. It's right in town, and you'll learn more about Mr. Schindler, who was a very, very brave man. Regensburg is also known for bees, so they have a lot of beeswax candles, especially at Christmas time. Now, Passau is a great little town. If you love Dachshund dogs, they have the only museum in the world for Dachshund dogs. You can't miss it. They have them all outside the museum. I'll tell you though, one of my favorite things to do here is the largest collection of Victorian glass is actually right here in Passau. And I spent a couple hours with one of my friends in there. I love old Victorian glass. My grandmother got me into it when she was living, and it dates back to the 18th century to the 19th century, and it's amazing glass, and they have one of the biggest collections right here in Passau. Then we'll be going on to the Melk area. Now, the Melk Abbey area is beautiful. It has two gorgeous abbeys, and we will be going and touring one of these. This area, this valley area, is known for apricots. So you'll learn a lot about apricot brandy, apricot wines, apricot candy, you name it, they make it. One of the things that you can do here is attend an apricot dumpling class, which I did do, and that was a lot of fun. So you learn how to actually make the dumplings, and they are delicious. And so I highly recommend trying those. I think we have them on the ship at dinner that night as well. And the ship always has fresh apricots in the morning for breakfast. Once they've been here, the chefs go out and actually buy them at the local market, which is really fun. Vienna, gorgeous city. One of the nice things about Vienna is we have an optional excursion here, and you can do a Strauss Mozart concert, but we have the really privileged this year is having the famous 17-year-old prodigy, Alma, who's really the version, probably the female version of Mozart. She started composing at 5, and at 8, she actually did her first conducting a symphony. She plays the organ, she plays the piano, and she dances during her performance as well. 17 years old, and I was blown away by this beautiful performance that she did for us in Vienna. Highly recommend it. You'll have dinner about an hour earlier that night so that you can make the concert at 7:30. And then, of course, we bring you back right to the ship. It's over about 9:30. So highly recommend the Strauss and Mozart concert for sure. Then we're on our way to Budapest. And Budapest, of course, is known for two sides, the Buda side and the Pest side. This is a neat city that has a lot of beautiful architecture. It's really known for their parliament building. Their parliament building is just beautiful at night. When you're on the ship, it's going to be all lit up, and it's just amazing for pictures. They also have a beautiful green bridge here too that makes for great pictures as well. So yes, Budapest has so much to offer. Of course, paprika comes from here. So all the stores are filled with paprika. You can try the paprika chicken tonight for dinner if you want, or of course, there'll be other things on the menu as well. We have some great Hungarian wines that we serve tonight on the ship. So it's a really wonderful place to visit. It's always people's highlight of the trip for sure. So which European cruise is for you? Well, this is why you use a travel professional like the girls and the guys here at Comfort Tours and Cruise Holidays of Kansas City. They're going to help you with knowing which itinerary is the best for you. If you want something that's a little bit more lively and more active, you can do e-bikes, which is a lot of fun through the countryside. Or maybe you want to have more relaxation and not do as much of that. They will help pick the right cruise for you. So again, I really recommend our 8-day Rhine, our 8-day romantic Danube, or if you have 2 weeks, like I said, you're flying all the way over to Europe, try our 15-day tour with 4 countries on our Grand European Tour. All of these are fantastic. These are some of our top sellers. We also have great cruises, of course, throughout Portugal, Scandinavia. We have just lots and lots of great of wine cruises. I have a group on a wine cruise right now, Bordeaux to Bordeaux in France, that looks fantastic. I've been watching their pictures for the last week or so. We also, of course, have great history tours. So if you're interested in doing a history tour with us, try our Paris and Heart of Normandy. What's wonderful about this cruise on our rivers here is you actually spend a lot of time around the Paris area. And like I said, we port now. This is brand new for us this year. We port right under the Eiffel Tower. So they light the tower up for you at night, and you're right on the ship. You can't get any closer. And then one day you'll be going up to Normandy. We have a historian on the motor coach with you, and they talk to you about everything that happened during World War II, and you'll get to experience learning about the beaches of Normandy and a little bit more about the Seine River. So it really makes people understand everything that happened during World War II. Once you arrive, they'll be talking about the cemeteries and the museum, and it makes for a great history type tour. If you have somebody that's into history, I highly recommend that one. Our long ships, I wanted to just give you a little advice on our long ships. Like I said, we take 190 guests with 95 staterooms. The ones on the very lowest deck are just going to be kind of long portholes. These are our least inexpensive rooms, but I will tell you there is no elevator between that floor, that lower floor, and a second and a third and the fourth decks. So just keep that in mind. I tell people that want to have, little climbing, stairs or what have you, to always book on the middle or the upper deck. The middle and upper deck are going to be our staterooms that include French balconies, our veranda suites, and of course, beautiful balconies that include a full outside area where you can have breakfast. You can just sit and watch the castles and the vineyards go by. It's amazing. Our fourth deck is where you'll find miniature golf. We have a breakfast area up there. We have an organic herb garden, which our chefs do go and get their herbs from each meal. We have a lounge up there, and of course we have 2 explorer suites on the back of the ship. So it's a really beautiful ship with only 190 guests. You'll just feel like you know everybody by the second and third day. So you make a lot of great friends on these trips, that's for sure. This is the inside of one of our river cruises. Again, everything's light and airy. We don't use a ton of color. We like things a little bit more simple. And of course, it's Scandinavian design. And I laugh when people say, oh, so it's like IKEA. And I'm like, no, it's a lot higher end than IKEA. Some of the furs will come from Finland, and we're a Scandinavian company. Thor Hagen is from Scandinavian. So some of the most beautiful embroidery work I've ever seen on the back of our chairs, and some of our beautiful lounge tables and things have been just beautifully designed in a Scandinavian theme. This is our main dining room, and it is open seating. Dining usually starts at 7. You can go at your leisure. 6 o'clock, they usually do information about what's coming up the next day. The chef will come out in the lounge and talk about what's for dinner tonight, and then people will come into this beautiful restaurant. And every single table has these gorgeous views of the river. So you just can't ask for a better view for your dinner tonight. Again, soft drinks, beer, and wine is all included. No extra charge for that for lunch or dinner. This is our lounge area. We do have a spirit package. If you would like top shelf liquor and you want it unlimited, it's about $28 a day per person. And that includes all the top shelf liquor you could possibly want. I highly recommend the strawberry mojitos. That was a big favorite of some of the guests that I was around during the trip. But they have everything. All your top shelf rums, vodkas, gins. They really have it nicely stocked. So if you like to have a few drinks and you don't want to worry about the cost, just do the $28 spirit package and it'll be all taken care of for you. This is our Aquavit Terrace. This is where you can eat outside for breakfast or lunch. It's a beautiful area to be at. When I was on this ship a couple of weeks ago, it was 75 degrees every day. You guys were getting 100 degrees back here in Missouri, and I was talking to my husband. He said, oh, I'd give anything to be there with you because it was so beautiful every day. It was like 75, 77. And we would have breakfast out here some of the mornings, and it's just beautiful with the sun coming up. So again, our ocean and our river cruises have been voted #1 river and ocean lines by Condé Nast Traveler. And we just got another award last week also for being one of the best cruise lines on the waters. So we're really excited to share our river cruising with you, but now I'm going to move over to our beautiful ocean cruises and our expedition ships, as well as our brand new Mississippi ship. So let's go ahead and take a look at that so that you can see a little bit about those. So let me just move over to the next presentation. Hold on just a second. Can you, Nicole? Yeah, I'm not sure where it's going.
Your escape button here, and then it's down at the bottom. Hover over that. There you go, and then pick which one it is. Is it that one? Yep.
I can fill in a little bit here for you, Sonia. Thank you, Nicole, for the technical help. We love selling Viking cruises, both river and ocean. And like Sonia said, one of the most important things you can do is, and decisions you have to make, is who you choose to help you plan your vacation with. Remember, after the pandemic, there's not a lot of customer service oriented businesses like ours, travel agencies, that remain. Most everybody went to an independent contractor basis. We did not. We kept our 18 employees, and we've since hired 6 more. We're growing that fast. We're financially strong, and the most important thing we can offer you is firsthand experience, because we've done these rivers, we've done all of the different ocean and river cruises, so we can tell you and match you up with what's right for you. Okay, we can help you with the tips you need, like the pre and the post package, the travel insurance, gosh, all the air schedules, and what kind of accommodations on the air you want, whether it's economy plus, or comfort, whatever they call it, or the business class, and that's a big deal. But I'll tell you what, the small ships like what Sonia is showing you now are incredibly popular. So the one thing I do urge you all to do is to make your plans. There's still some great, make your plans as soon as you can. There's still some great values left in the fall of this year. 2023 will be the best year in the history of the vacation industry by all vendors. All vendors tell us that. So availability is going to be a challenge, and especially with brand names like Viking, because people know them, people trust them, whether it's river cruises, oceans, expeditions. And now you're going to learn a little bit more about the expedition ships and the Mississippi, and soon the Great Lake ships. So Sonia, go ahead.
Thanks, Mark. And Mark is so right. His staff is amazing. They're one of my very top accounts in Missouri. They really know our products as well as many products, but they know what we do best, and they'll fit the right cruise for you. Now, this is our brand new Viking Mississippi. You will actually get to see her land in St. Louis the first Saturday of August. I'm so excited because I just live 45 minutes from St. Louis, and so I'll be down there to say hello, of course. This is a beautiful ship. It holds 386 guests. It has specialty restaurants on it that you don't pay any extra. You just have reservations for those, but they're included in your package, as well as our main dining room. And just like all of our ships, we do require at least 18 years of age to be on this ship. And of course, we have wine, soda, soft drinks, as well as beer included with all of your lunches and your dinners. So if you're looking for that paddle boat feel, this isn't it. This is a modern Mississippi, brand new, gorgeous ship. Like I said, first route out is in 2 weeks. So this is an absolutely gorgeous ship that we're very proud of. And on all of our ships, I want to mention that we do use Americanized 110 voltage. So you never have to travel with an adapter with us on our ships in Europe or anywhere you go, unless you're doing a pre or post stay, maybe in a hotel, then you would need the adapter. But our ships are compatible with everything that you're accustomed to. So most of our guests are all from North America, and of course, a few friends from Europe. So this is a really neat itinerary. We have several. We have our New Orleans and Southern Charm. It's an 8-day round trip New Orleans with 6 guided tours. We have the Heart of Delta, New Orleans to Memphis. It's an 8-day with 5 guided tours. Our America's Heartland, from my city, St. Louis to St. Paul, 8 days and 6 guided tours. Our American's Great River, which is the St. Paul to New Orleans. This is a 15-day tour with 11 guided city tours. And then we have our Mississippi holiday season, New Orleans to Memphis. That one still has some spots. I think 2022 is all sold out for the other itineraries. And 2023 is going very fast, folks. So if you're interested in this particular ship and itineraries, you do not want to wait. Viking sells out very, very quickly. And since we only have this one brand new ship on the Mississippi, we have very limited capacity. So don't wait if you're interested in this one for sure. So these are just the itineraries I just went over, and we do have these, of course, different times of the year, but the agents will help you with knowing, when those will be going. Again, all of our ships have been voted #1 for ocean and river by Condé Nast Traveler. We just won a couple more awards last week. So, you're traveling with amazing company here. Viking is 25 years old this year, so we started exactly 25 years ago with our river cruises, and now we have 8 ocean cruises. So let me share a little information about our beautiful ocean cruises. Now, if you've ever traveled on XYZ company with 2, 3, 4, and 5,000 guests, well, that's not what we do here at Viking. We only travel with 930 guests. So again, it's very small. People really get to know each other. People love that. They love the fact that it's not got a casino, and it don't have these big Broadway shows, and it doesn't have climbing walls for kids. And, it's a different way of cruising. It's a very relaxing cruise, and it's a smaller ship that's going to make it so enjoyable for you. So we have specialty restaurants like our World Cafe, Chef's Table, Manson's, just a great variety. Or of course, the main restaurant is really good too. I mean, you have so many choices. There's no extra charges for our specialty restaurants. They're all part of your package. You just make a reservation. We have a main pool at the top, which is beautiful and has a retractable dome. All of these ships are just 2 years old. So we have the Mars, that just came on board this year. So these are all really, really new ships. We have a couple of Explorer suites. Those do go very fast. So if you're interested in that, you want to definitely book as soon as you can. We do have a theater with 2 cinemas. We have a spa. Another thing I love about Viking is you can use the spa and there's no charge. So if you want to go in there and you want to hang out in there because it's really quiet, or maybe you want to get a little, heat to the face or what have you, that's all free. You just pay for any kind of treatment you might want, like a 90-minute massage or a specialty facial. But the actual spa is free for you to go in. We have a fitness center, a hair salon, onboard shops, just everything you could possibly want, but don't want that big ship feeling. This is going to be, again, only 930 guests. So this is our beautiful main area. This is going to be where the front desk is. Our piano music at night plays here. We usually have like a small band at night, sometimes with dinner. So you might have like a little jazz group that comes on board from one of our cities, maybe like Krems or Regensburg. They'll come on board and play. So it's really beautifully done, and it's not going to be music all night long or anything like that. It's definitely relaxing, but by 10:30 or so, most people are probably winding down and getting ready to go the next day. So this is one of the ones I wanted to show you, because this is our Explorer's Lounge that you have access to. See these gorgeous furs? These are all from Finland. Aren't they beautiful? From the Helsinki area. These are very expensive and beautiful furs. What I love about Viking is the fact that when we go into port for the year and we're done, everything gets, completely redone. If there's any stitching loose or anything at all with any of our canvases or any of our embroidery work, it all gets redone in the few months that it's down. So it makes it really nice. You're always getting a nice, clean, new ship. This is our Explorer's Lounge. We have lots of these really cute little areas where you can kind of hide away if you want to on this great ocean ship. They have a library here, of course, with the areas that you're going to be visiting you can learn about. Or you might want to just come up here and get a book and have the view go by while you're reading. So really nice little delicate areas that you can check out, like this one. I love this winter garden area. It's definitely my colors. I love these colors, these burnt oranges and reds and creams. And our Affinity pool is gorgeous. You'll feel like you're going to go right out into the ocean. It's so gorgeous. It just is really pristine blue areas, of course, of the pool, and you can sit out on our sun deck and have a drink. Very relaxing. Our spa, again, is totally free of charge to go in and use the facilities. If you do want to do any kind of facial or massage, that would be extra, but definitely it's a nice place also to just kind of come in and check it out. We also have the Snow Grotto. This is an area where people that want to experience snow, they can come into this area, and it's part of our spa as well. Our main restaurant looks just like this. Again, if you don't go into the specialty restaurants, we have a full menu each night. It changes every night. You're never going to have something twice, believe me. The desserts are amazing. One night we had creme brulee with lavender in it, which was incredible. They make amazing carrot cake, chocolate, lava cakes, lemon bars. I mean, you definitely are going to eat and eat and eat, and it's all wonderful. The great thing is you do some walking on some of these tours, so it makes it nice. It kind of balances out. This is a little information about our different staterooms. Now, this is our veranda stateroom. This is the one that has the balcony on the outside where you can have a table and 2 chairs, and it's a perfect little retreat. What I like to mention is some things that a lot of our competitors don't have in our bathrooms. So all of our mirrors are fog resistant, so you don't have to worry about your mirrors fogging up on you. That won't happen. All of our floors are warmed, so they're really nice. Your feet always feel nice and toasty. A lot of great things in your room for you, like your Voxes, which are the main thing you need for your great tours with our tour guides, and those will all be charging for you and ready to go. So it really is a nice stateroom that has everything you could possibly want for your trip. This was my room. This is one of the veranda rooms, and again, you can see the 2 chairs outside on the balcony. They can pull these apart, like if you had 2 girls that don't want to share a bed, then they do pull apart. If it's just for 1 guest or 2, of course, then you've got the full queen bed. Really nice staterooms. So a couple of our itineraries we have with our oceans. Alaska and the Inside Passage, absolutely beautiful itinerary. If you haven't been to Alaska, I highly recommend it. It's usually one of the first things people do when they retire. I love the Western Mediterranean. This one actually starts in Barcelona, one of my favorite cities. And then we go up to France and we hit several beautiful areas of France over to the country of Monaco. A lot of people don't know Monaco is its own separate little country. And we'll be going in to see Monte Carlo, which has the beautiful yellow palace there, where Princess Grace is buried, of course. And then we come down to the gorgeous area of Italy. I love Italy, and we'll be visiting Florence and Pisa, and then down to Rome. So this is an itinerary that people love. It's 8 days, 5 guided tours with 4 countries. Or you might want to try our Empires of the Mediterranean. It kind of goes a little deeper into Europe. This starting in Venice and then going down to Slovenia, Croatia, Dubrovnik. I've done this itinerary. Dubrovnik's amazing. If you love Games of Thrones, they show you where they make a lot of the scenes there. We'll be going into Corfu, Greece. Beautiful little city, or island, I should say. Then we're down to Santorini. You've seen those blue domes against the white marble stucco homes. That's Santorini. and then over to Athens, and you know how much great history there is in Athens. So you're doing 8 guided tours in 5 countries in 10 days. You're really getting to see a lot of great European cities with this tour. We also have a tour called Ancient Mediterranean Treasures. This one's starting in Istanbul, Turkey, and going into Troy, Turkey, and Ephesus, where Paul preached. Many of his speeches were done here. We go into Rhodes, Greece, and then Athens. So you've got lots of different itineraries. That's why you use a travel professional, because they will help you with the right itinerary for you. Now, this tour, I actually sell quite a bit. You would be surprised how many people do this. I just had an agent over in St. Louis book this last week. This is our Viking World Cruise, 138 days. Can you imagine? Wouldn't that be a lovely thing to do? 57 guided tours. You're doing 28 countries. This includes, the price here includes business class air, all of your transfers. It's just a wonderful trip. If you have the time and the money and you're retired, you'll just enjoy this so much. If you don't want to go for quite 138 days, we do have a 121 day also that goes from LA to London. So definitely talk to the agents if you want to have a lifetime experience on a great product. Viking does this very, very well. Our world cruises are very, very famous. This is our new expedition ship. It was featured on the Today Show about 7 weeks ago. Actually, one of their reporters, I believe Craig Melvin, was on the ship with us. And this is our Viking Optimus and our Viking Polaris. What's amazing about these brand new ships that just launched in January is they take you down to Buenos Aires, down to Ushuaia of South America, and then they cross the Drake Passage. And folks, I'm telling you, you don't feel a thing. If you've ever been to Antarctica, a lot of people say that it is very rough going through that area. Well, we had 26 scientists that traveled with us on our expedition ships in January and February to Antarctica, and all of them was totally in awe of these ships and how stable they are. Not only do you have scientists on here providing great lectures and talking points about what you're getting ready to see in Antarctica, but you also have wonderful equipment that we provide for you, and you do get to keep the jackets. The jackets are actually made in Scandinavia, and they're beautiful. They have warming closets in all of your staterooms, so your pants, your boots that you will give back, and then the jacket that you get to keep, you can put that in your warming closet and get it ready each day for your journey out into Antarctica. And then you have your regular closet for your regular clothes. So we have not left anything untouched here. We've got a submarine on board, Zodiacs, special operated boats on here, and they all are amazing. And you'll go out each day and see 3 different types of penguins and all kinds of different wildlife, and you'll learn a lot too by traveling with our scientists. So this is the area I was talking about. We actually fly into Buenos Aires, Argentina, and then you're down to Ushuaia, and we'll be going through the Beagle Channel and the Cape Horn. And it's that Drake Passage that people say is so rough, and some people say they get so sick on that because it's so rough during the passage. But we do it in January and February, which are the 2 best months to do this. And our brand new expedition ships have such stabilization to them that people are saying it is amazing. So it's definitely worth a look. You'll be visiting Antarctica with lots of different points like Brown Bluff. You'll be going Antarctica Peninsula, the Peterman Island, Half Moon Island, Whalers Bay. Every day is an adventure, folks. You go out and you will see amazing wildlife and, of course, learn a lot about Antarctica while you're here. Then we take our beautiful 2 brand new expedition ships. They just left Antarctica in the end of March, and they cruised up the Atlantic up by New York, went down the St. Lawrence Seaway, and now they're in our Great Lakes. We are the first company to go into the Great Lakes, the largest freshwater ecosystem on the earth, and we're doing it at Viking. It's brand spanking new. People are loving this. So if you want to stay closer to home and you want to do something kind of adventurous, this is definitely one of the tours that you want to look at. We have 6 or 7 different itineraries. One of them is completely Canada and the rest are all in the United States, going to places like Mackinac Island, Thunder Bay, outside of Detroit area, Milwaukee, and you're learning about these beautiful freshwater ecosystems and all the wonderful wildlife that they have in the area, as well as the different types of fish that they have in each one of the lakes. It's very different. We don't have 26 scientists on these, we have 13, but they are really educational people that we're going to talk to you about what you're getting ready to see when we go into these different ports. And the Great Lakes this year has been our best sellers. People are loving these brand new itineraries. So this is something you'd be interested in. We do these mostly during the spring and in the summer, and then we take our ships back down to the Antarctica area. So these are a few of our itineraries for the expedition ships: our Great Lakes Explorer, our Undiscovered Great Lakes, Niagara, and our Canada Discovery. So lots of great things to do here with this beautiful ship. This one holds 396 guests. Again, very stable. We have a submarine, a yellow submarine, Zodiac boats, as well as special operated boats on these ships. Now, one of the things I always like to tell people is what's great about putting a deposit down with our company and with Cruise Holidays of Kansas City is you can change your cruise date up to 14 days prior to departure. So all of a sudden, if you decide next year when you're supposed to go on the Danube, romantic Danube cruise, and you just change your mind and you think you want to do the Rhine getaway, or you want to do our Mississippi, no problem. 2 weeks prior to departure, we will change it for you. There are no change fees, which makes it so nice for you. And we can, of course, help you with your air. The agency will help you with any kind of air that you're looking for, business class, economy plus, coach, whatever it might be. But we really give you the flexibility of just traveling with Viking and giving you the option of changing things even up to, like I said, 2 weeks before. Ignore that expires April 30th at the bottom because I forgot to take that off. But I do want to tell you that we have some great offers right now, but exclusively for Cruise Holidays of Kansas City, I am giving them a special code that they can use for 2 weeks starting today. And this is $100 shipboard credit per person, not per cabin, per person. So that's $200 per cabin. And that is a shipboard credit you could use for towards a spirit package if you want that top shelf liquor every day, or maybe you want to put it towards an optional excursion. Maybe you want to do the concert, Mozart optional concert in Vienna. This is going to give you a couple $100 to play with, and that's really great because, like I said, we don't nickel and dime you on our ships. There's very little to pay for. So this $200, you might want to go shopping in our gift shop, whatever it might be. Again, this is exclusive to Cruise Holidays of Kansas City. They are one of my best accounts, some of the most educated travel agents that I have in Missouri. And they will help you find the right cruise and get you a great offer in addition to $100 shipboard credit for the next 2 weeks. So I want to thank you guys so much for being here with us today. I want to thank Mark and his staff for being so great to let me come in and talk about my beautiful company, Viking. And if you have any questions, I know we'll be here to help you. So Mark, I'll turn it back over to you.
Well, Sonia, thank you so much. You did a great job. And by the way, just so everybody understands, based on when it is you want to go and where you want to go, we have the best promotions that Viking has available. And then this $100 per person onboard credit is on top of whatever the best promotion is. So nobody in the country has what we have right now. So I would say give us a call. And, you know, the other thing is Sonia will tell you this. A lot of people think maybe if I book it direct with Viking, it'll be less money. It's not less money. And a matter of fact, like in this case, they won't be able to give you that $100 extra per person shipboard credit. And these cruise lines, when you call direct, they're bombarded right now, and their hold times are incredibly long, and let us do that holding for you. But we know the customer service, we know the answers. A lot of times we won't even have to call to get the answers that you want. And then our advice that we can give you, a lot of times you're not even aware maybe of some of the things you should know that we do know from that firsthand experience. So it is still a risky time, and I will tell you, be careful. We have this happen all the time. I bet I get 1 or 2 calls a week that somebody is gotten over to Europe and they did it themselves, and they found out that while the country's policies on COVID were such that they didn't have to have a COVID shot or vaccine anyway, they didn't need to be vaccinated, the vendor that they were using required it. So they were not allowed on board. Be careful about all this. Oh my gosh, be careful about all this. It is a risky time. And not to scare you, but we just had a competitor of ours that we know didn't counsel their clients right, and they had a group of 38 people going to Egypt, and 19 of them were sent back after they arrived in Cairo. They didn't have the right documentation, the right QR codes in this case. So we know all these policies. We know the policies of the countries, and we know the policies of the vendors. We can advise you about the air options that you need and want to have and should have. Many people have points nowadays and want to use the points. We can help give you the counsel and the advice on how early you should get in before the cruise leaves, or if you want to do post-cruise, when you should get your returning flights. And by the way, this is a big deal right now because you don't want to miss flights. There's so many delays. All the flights seem to be full right now, and if you miss a flight or don't get through customs in time, whatever it might be, maybe your time transferring from one airport gateway to another, you're late, there's too much delay, you're not going to get out for a while. This is happening to a lot of people right now. So you need to be real aware of what you should do to make sure your vacation is the very best it can be. And I got to tell you, Sonia, go right ahead.
I just wanted to say one more thing. I've been in this industry for 30 years. I've known you probably that long as well. And I have never felt so confident about booking through a travel agency and a travel agent, because I just had 6 people from Columbia, Missouri last week. They booked direct with Viking and got denied boarding in Amsterdam because they didn't have the right test. It wasn't a PCR antigen test. They did the wrong test. So I'm telling you folks, you want to book with travel professionals like Mark and his staff. They are going to make sure you have what you need in order to travel to these countries. It's still kind of complicated with the CDC rules, and they're going to make sure that you're going on your trip. Nothing's more disappointed to arrive in a city like Amsterdam and be told you can't go.
Great. Well, thank you, Sonia. That's really true. Right now, more than ever, don't risk it yourself. It's just not worth it. And you're not going to save money. We're 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100 going to have the same or a better price or added value that anybody else will. So it's just not the time to take a risk. And then you get promotions like this, Sonia. I appreciate you very definitely giving this to us to give to our clients. My gosh, I think that's wonderful. Those of you maybe that, and I'm talking about the $100 per person onboard credit. Sonia, you can use that $100 onboard credit per person for the spa, can't you?
Yes, you could. You could use this for the spa. You could use it for your tips. If our tips run about $120 for an 8-day cruise. Really, you don't have a lot of things to pay for with Viking. So yeah, definitely, if you wanted to do the concert in Vienna, or you want to go shopping in one of our shops, you could use it for any of those things, definitely.
I know my wife would use it on the spa, and my $100 would be gone because she would take it to use it on spa. Well, I'll tell you what, nobody is known better than Viking. And now you know not only about the river cruises that they are so famous for, but also about their ocean cruises, their expedition ships, the Viking Mississippi, and now the Great Lake options. So give us a call. We are open by appointment. That works out so very well. 816-505-1500, 505-1500, or you can check us out online. Everything's online, but gosh, it's always best to talk to somebody, I think. You know, there's no obligation. We just walk you through and we give you an idea what the pricing is going to be for what you're looking for, when you're going to be. We can tell you what the availability is, that sort of thing. And availability right now is going to be a big deal. So,
yeah,
hey,
Mark, I want to mention 2022 is pretty much sold out for us right now at Viking. Literally, I don't have hardly anything left. So I'm making this $100 shipboard credit per person good for anything in 2023 or 2024.
Oh, that's great. I really appreciate that, because so many people are planning for 2023 and 2024 right now. And you really ought to do that. Honestly, you should, because availability, like I say, if you want the accommodations, you want pricing is going to be better, not only for the cruise, but also for the airlines, because the airlines prices seem to be going up and up and up. So Sonia, on behalf of all of us at Cruise Holidays and everybody watching today or will be watching on the link that we'll send out to you all, thank you very, very much for your support. We appreciate your business. We need your business. We want your business. And we are, our customer service is the best in the United States of America. Our knowledge of the vacation industry, especially the river cruises and ocean cruises, like Sonia said, we are the experts, and we will make sure you have a much needed and deserved stress-free vacation. So give us a call at 816-505-1500. Sonia, thank you very much. I appreciate everything.
Thank you.
We've got a 3 o'clock seminar coming up in an hour, don't we?
Yes, we do. So if you want to come over for some wine, I'm giving away Viking crystal wine glasses.
Oh, I like it. I'm going to come to that 3 o'clock. You do need RSVP at 816-505-1500. Thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate your business. Appreciate your time today. Bye-bye.
Bye.